anything but adding an actually useful update. This is literally 1 week of work for a solo developer. There's no way that's it. Holy shit, this game is actually done for. This got 1.6 million views, showing that many in the community are not happy with the tiny takeover. But why is that the case, given that we just got new features announced this week? Indeed, we got lots of new things announced this week, and today I want to go into all of those, including the latest in the leak, because hello, I'm AbyaxToyCat, and this is Q&A Saturday, the weekly series where I answer your questions. And I want to start not with what the community, specifically Psydonix here, has done with the Nether portals on LCE, but instead with a simple question about the update that's coming for free, because what do you mean there is no full blocks, just some dandelion? Yes, the update is now finalized with a couple of new features, but none of them are full blocks, meaning as a fun update, it's now been 459 days since Minecraft added a full 1x1x1 meter block, and given that we now know it'll be at least till the June drop, it will be 545 days minimum between updates that add blocks to the game. This is a really intriguing decision to make, and I have to wonder if it means the summer drop is deliberately adding a lot, maybe a new palette type for wood or something like that, and so they're specifically holding out for some reason, or indeed if there is something even bigger planned. But just know that the spring drop, the tiny transformation, the tiny takeover, will in fact not be having that, because the newest features it added, you might have heard about the mustard or ketchup, that being a reference to the red and yellow candles. I really like this comment, so I had to include it in this video, but I also wanted to include this comment from Christmas, because yes, I am also shocked that on Java you get reduced prices for overtrading. I can't work out what makes more sense. Is it that you should get a discount for bulk buying, you know, the Costco model, or should it be that you buy out all of the stock so the price goes up because supply is limited? I don't know the answer, but the fact that it's different between Minecraft versions is infuriating, but that also describes the very last feature, because we got a sneak peek at the last feature to be added to the tiny transformation, and this is one that will be added to Realms on Bedrock, it seems specifically. This is Cornerhard, the lead of Realms, saying, here is a sneak peek. Bedrock Realms will now have a new administrator role that the realm owner can grant to other trusted players, allowing them to add members, change settings, manage worlds, and other non-billing details of the realm. This is actually really cool. This is a great change for people who basically have these community projects. Being able to appoint people to run everything besides the billing details is actually really cool, and I look forward to doing something like that in the future with my realms, so as maybe people don't join them and ruin everything, because that's one of the biggest issues that any public realm faces, and it's cool to make these changes based on what players want, although here specifically for the Bedrock edition, it's still very interesting nonetheless. You know what else is interesting, by the way? We are still kind of not getting an official announcement for the big thing that we are waiting for, which is Minecraft Live. Minecraft have been talking about all sorts of other things that are live. Did you know, for example, there's a big catch? Minecraft Experience Villager Rescue is heading to Singapore. That's going to be the first time it's in Asia. If you want to interact with immersive biomes and help save villagers in real life, you can go. My recommendation on this one, by the way, is that I think that lots of things in the Minecraft universe are like, oh yeah, this could be enjoyed by anyone, like legends or dungeons or I don't know, like certain DLCs. But then there are things like the Minecraft Experience where I would say, like, yeah, if you've got like a child with you, they might enjoy it, and you might enjoy that they enjoy it. But I would be cautious going to the Minecraft Experience unless you need the cape, in which case you do have to physically go. But yeah, it's the same cape even when it's in Asia. And if you're in Singapore anyway, and if you've got someone you need to entertain, the Minecraft Experience is happening. But again, no official announcement of Minecraft Live, and that's weird because we know that they recorded it on February the 25th. That's right, PAC, who is apparently a Brazilian Minecraft creator, said after 15 years of recording Minecraft content, I got to know the place where it all began, fulfillment of a dream. Well, I mean, I say that he said that. He said it all in Portuguese, and I've translated English because I don't think that you or I speak Portuguese, but still, Minecraft have been recording and have put together their show, but yet they haven't announced the date for it yet, which is really weird because we're pretty sure we know exactly when it's releasing. We're pretty sure we know when the show is going to be happening, therefore, and so they are waiting for a big announcement moment. Maybe that's going to be this week. Maybe they need a moment to distract us all from, let's be honest, what everyone's mind has been on, because so many people have been excited about the Minecraft Legacy Console leaks, and Psydonix, who has been between one of the people who's been big on backporting content from future Minecraft versions into console, and yes, they added ruin portals into Legacy console, and although there are some people who say, wow, that's crazy, but, you know, matter of time till we see the mace and spear, that's when I'd be excited. Well, obviously that's crazy. How are you going to add the mace to... Wait a minute. They did it. Look at this. It's a mace in Legacy console. But what makes this even crazier, if we watch this together, is not just the fact that it works, and seeing a mace in Legacy console feels wild to me, a feature from, you know, the last big update, but look at that. It works. It functions, but even better, do you hear that? It's got this funky, much better fitting sound in my opinion, because yeah, they're trying to build it in a legacy way. This is so cool if you ask me, but there is a big question, which is probably worth answering today, which is, can we get all of these guys together in a group chat or something, would have basically everything backported by the end of next week with their combined force alone? So to be clear here, I'm going to just comment based on what I have seen and what I know. I am not one of the people working on backporting content or modding it in any way, and I will not even officially confirm that I have looked at or seen or downloaded the code. Wow, there we go. We clarified the legal side of things. We'll have to come back and more of that later. But crucially, all of these people do seem to be working separately, and I imagine in some extent it's going to be to different degrees. So maybe adding the mace is a fun hobby project that isn't actually functional, that has a bunch of bugs in there. Maybe adding the the ruin portals is something that works by itself, but does have other issues of the world gen. I mean, if you look at this image again, you can see there's actually one spawning in every single chunk. So there are different issues for different platforms and stuff that's going down, but it is worth crucially mentioning that despite that, there are some group projects, there are group GitHubs, there are group places to work on this, and one of those examples is 4J Craft, a modified version of Minecraft Console Legacy Edition aimed at porting on old Minecraft to different platforms, such as Linux, Android, Mscriptum, etc. But they're looking at porting the version so far. There are other people looking at improving it in a dramatic way, and ultimately there are going to be some fun things that come out of this, and even though it'd be fun if like everyone just agreed to work together, I think the beauty of the Minecraft community is that it's distributed. Different people try different things, and that's how basically all evolution occurs, and that's one of the things that makes it such a beautiful game. But ultimately, I do hope that when people make something that's cool, if they don't decide to contribute it somewhere, to at least make it open source so other people can do fun things with it. Because I mean, people like Heho are like, I cannot wait to play the glide minigame with a mouse. I've been waiting for 7 years. So I've got good news and bad news. The bad news is the LCE leak was from before the minigames, so we have no data on how to make those minigames. But the good news is that just from the feel and the maps that we already had downloaded alone, actually, that has been able to happen. In fact, let me go and show you it right now by going into multiplayer, where I guess we get the old version of age verification. Man, this worked perfectly is all I'm saying. And now we can go on to playlegacy.xyz. Well, okay. It exists though, and 3 people get to enjoy it. Although I can also just tell you that right now you can download the glide maps. They do exist out there. They're not particularly hard to find. And interestingly, as you can see, a lot of that classic legacy feel is still fully functioning in here. So let's select a map. I'm going to select Cavern. It's a classic. I like Temple and I like Canyon too, but let's go into Cavern. And let's hit ready. And here we go. Look at this. And I'm using a mouse right now. Here's me. Well, not actually. But yeah, Glide has such a dedicated community that you better believe we didn't need to wait for any source code leaks. And this is the important thing about what's happened here, is that there are so many people who have been spending this entire time working on it anyway. Oh no. Oh, okay, I crashed. Oh no, I've broken everything. Okay, let's try that one again. I am very rusty and I've never done this on a mouse. Oof. But isn't this amazing? The fact that people put this together long before we ever got to see inside is kind of the proof of exactly how dedicated the community is for this. And I think that this is something that Minecraft forgets when they put all of their eggs into the Bedrock basket. The difference between something that people will technically play and you know, the things that people will really enjoy, it might not seem that big on a company's bottom line, but it makes a huge difference to the longevity in the long run. And that's something that's important if you want to have some fun. Anyway, with that said, let's move into the next one. which comes in from Biting Cobra 363, who says the Irish shaded dev was indeed correct that LCE was in some ways not really sustainable in the long term code-wise. This is actually something in the video I kind of defended against, because I took one small part of it and I basically, I was feeling attacked for the legacy console world, which I think is actually bad. I want to actually basically issue this as like a correction, and not that I imagine they'll see this video, but also a mild apology for that one, because I think that, talking with your emotions rather than your facts is not actually very useful. And so I'd like to actually go back to those words and say, I think that, yeah, Legacy Console Edition did have a sustainability problem in that it was a direct port of Java, and this is kind of why it is that over time it got maybe harder to add certain things with more restrictions, and why over time, unless there was a super powerful new console releasing, it was very unlikely that things like infinite worlds or commands were ever going to release for that version. And that's why it is that if you're a Java player, looking at this legacy console from 2014 is just looking at Java from that time period, but with an extra step added. Many Java players aren't getting a lot from this, but many people are seeing this as an opportunity to make a truly cross-platform version, which is wild to say. I guess the point I'm trying to make is, isn't it insane that there are people nostalgic for an old version of Minecraft? If the Bedrock people had done their jobs by now, I think you should have no nostalgia for old Minecraft besides like, oh, isn't it quaint how limited it was? There should be no functional way in which it's better than modern Bedrock, and even more shocking, there are ways that it's better than modern Java, and that was kind of my point, is that there are some things that should be taken, if not by the community, then by Minecraft. Like right now, there should be Bedrock and Java devs going into the source code and being like, oh, it was this easy to make a feature that people loved. Why don't we just do that at work this week with a spare hour or two? Because if hobbyists are managing to do it, again, the source code's out there. They don't need to worry about it. They can use it, legally speaking. But if hobbyists are able to do so, then shouldn't Mojang, the people with legal ownership, be able to do the same? Speaking of legal ownership, by the way, I'd like to give a quick update because I did get a few comments saying, wait, isn't this valid for Microsoft to issue a copyright strike? And to be clear, we blurred all the links in our video because apparently that is a reason that they can copyright strike an entire video. Wattles posted a response to his copyright strike, and I think this is hugely interesting because he says that Mojang did release their copyright claim, but they did still try to remove the whole video because there was a 10-second clip of 4chan that they used, that again, he is saying they used AI to find, this same clip that is in so many videos, and he left his video public, but he doesn't want this to become Mojang's new norm. And there are so many parts of this here. The first one is that copyright strikes are a big deal. We have a copyright system that just does not work in the 2020s. I mean, think about it this way. If just 3 times in your channel's history, you show a screenshot of something that includes a link to somewhere else that some copyright holder wants to take down, again, whether that's legally allowable or not, like, do Mojang own the rights to links inside of videos that you'd have to type out yourself? Do Mojang have the right to stop you sharing information, that is to say? I feel like there's a real stretch to say yes, but if they do have the right to take down those 10 seconds, why does the whole video go down? And more importantly, it says at the bottom here that if you get more of them, they will terminate your channel. Your channel can be terminated by someone who is not even putting the effort in to do it themselves, by using AI to verify what's coming from where, and that is insane, and Mojang should be very cautious of saying we love creators while also saying, but we will destroy your livelihood if your screenshots contain worrying things. And I think my screenshots did contain some links that I didn't know where they went, so we had to blur all of those, which is, again, a slight frustration, and again, just some tiny little thing you might notice. Although if you're noticing small things like that, like your HSS, you might also notice that I put in my description that Minecraft Bedrock is the same as Minecraft for Xbox, Switch, Windows, iOS, Android, Chromebook, and for smart fridges, of course. And so what about the Wii U addition? I think you mean addition, but I'll let it slide. So here's the fun thing. My descriptions, because I used to make Minecraft console videos, people would search Minecraft PS3 or Minecraft Xbox 360, and you couldn't just say Minecraft console because no one knew that it was the same version. So I used to put every single Minecraft console edition, which rapidly grew to 7 by the time I was done, and then when I switched to Minecraft Bedrock, I figured, let's try the same naming format. It seems as though people don't search Minecraft for iOS anymore or Minecraft for Switch, but just in case, I leave it there as a fun throwback, which is why the smart fridge joke is in there. But the reason that the Wii U is not is that Wii U, Xbox 360, and PlayStation 3, as well as Vita, never got the upgrade to Bedrock, and so technically speaking, if I put that in my description, you might search Minecraft Wii U and get a video that's not for you. And so that is the reason why I don't do that. But do you know what else I love? Air Conditioned Studios comment that they love how the change they made to make the update system less complicated made it more complicated. It was so simple before. Mojang, why? And what do you mean 1.26.10.26.0? Sorry, I said an extra dot in there. 126.1026.0. What do you mean that's not a perfectly understandable version number? But for real, I think the answer here is that I just think that everyone in Mojang is doing entirely rational decisions individually that would make sense if you did them by yourself, but when you combine them together, you get weird outcomes. So someone said, wait, these version numbers where we can't differentiate between a bug fix and an update, that's kind of weird. And so the easy solution was just go back to calling drops full updates. But someone else said, oh, but if you call drops and updates the same, people will think that they're not as big as updates used to be, so we need to make a brand new system. And then they made a really jumbled system. They didn't fix any of the other issues, and also that new version system doesn't fit with how software is versioned, and that's how you end up with this being a perfectly valid outcome. I think that honestly, there are some things at Minecraft that might be better if you put all of the decisions in the hand of the Jeb in charge or the person over here. I think that this is how you run products better than saying everyone comes together and we work out a weird compromise that makes no one happy. But that's just my opinion. What do you think? Let's take all of our opinions on this update and put them together, because personally, I think that the Tiny Takeover is hated by some number of people for being content lacking, but personally, I choose to say that this is a drop that is just an inevitable part of what happens when you have 2 months to develop something, but I still am going to enjoy the drop. I think quite a few of the baby mob designs are good. I feel differently about other ones, but there's a lot to go around in here. I do still feel good about the spring drop. It's going to be better than receiving nothing. I feel like that's something to say the least. And also, I'm going to go on record as saying I think that the summer drop is going to be a big one, and I'll make this prediction right now. I think the summer drop will have a block in it, which is a claim you cannot have made for the last 5 drops now. Anyway, with that said, I hope you did all enjoy, because I'll see you next time. Goodbye.